Hey guys, I haven't been here in a long time and today I wanted to talk. There's literally like something following my eye. Today I wanted to talk about magnetism and how to really hone into your beauty, your power, all of that. I see very often there are a lot of people that lack magnetism, just people wanting to be near them, all these things. And I think we as a society have moved away from individuality and it is showcasing within everything. There's no individualism. When we see things, we immediately want those things. We immediately want to be those things. We want to be those people. We just don't see things as unique anymore. And in the same sense, I feel like it takes away from the priority of self. Like, we don't prioritize ourselves, we prioritize trends, and then those trends keep being prioritized over our self-care and how we show up in the world and the fad trends we do. Like, I've been seeing a huge overexposure of skinny is coming back, and it's like, yes, that could be very well true, and yes, skinny people are definitely treated better than bigger people, and they always have been. But when there was a trend of BBLs, I fear only people that wanted to fit into society were getting BBLs. And it's a thing that we do all the time. It's like, you don't have to become skinny to be beautiful. You're just doing that because society is telling you you have to. And I think that's what the girls are missing. They're missing their own free will and the fact that nobody is holding up a gun to your head and saying that you have to follow every fad trend that is happening. I think some of the coolest people, some of the dopest people actually have their own sense of style, and they might target to niche audiences, but that's the reason that they end up going global, because they've made such a unique idea of themselves and they're not really waiting and expecting for anybody to follow suit, when in reality you guys have kind of put 3 to 4 people at the forefront of beauty and trends, and then you're like, I can't do this unless this person does it, and it's like, ew. Or you guys say stuff like, oh my god, can we start wearing this again? You do it. Why are you waiting on the world to do it as well? Just go do it. Nobody is holding up a gun to your head and saying you cannot do it. We have fears of public opinions in the oddest way, because all day long all we do is have an opinion on everything around us. But because of fear of public opinion, it makes you really assimilating. And it's making the new generation assimilate. It's just making everybody become the same person. And it's like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen when I seen blank trending. Just because something is trending does not mean you have to follow suit, and that's why you're not alluring. That's why you're not magnetic. Everybody is doing it. Be different. Dare to be different. Like, it's okay to be different. It's not a bad thing to say, okay, this is how I want to show up in the world, even if everybody else isn't doing this thing. Like, that is not a bad thing. It's not terrible to not be trendy. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There's always gonna be somebody who does not find you beautiful, and that is totally fine. But what you have to know and have to stand firm in, do you think you're beautiful? Do you find yourself alluring? Do you find yourself attractive? Do you find yourself be somebody that you would want to live the rest of your life with? And if not, you have to really deep that. You have to really sit with that and reprogram it, because what I've been seeing a lot in media is we are becoming the demons that we hate. The men set up the systems and we are following suit, and we're saying, okay, if you don't look this way, you're not attractive. Okay, if I don't look this way, I'm not attractive. And honestly, yes, society has built a lot of insecurities within women, but you have to decide, am I going to be a woman who decides to follow suit with all the insecurities that are being placed on me, or am I going to be different? Am I going to love myself enough? Because I think that's really what it is. Y'all do not love yourselves, and magnetism and being alluring is loving yourself. The ideas that are being pushed today in society, date men for money and all those things, like, yes, cool, but are you willing to sacrifice the other side of that? The side where you might be stuck with a man and his kids and in a marriage that you don't want because you dated that man for money, and you might be getting yelled at every day and then getting on the internet and telling everybody you're in such an amazing relationship. And we just seen what happened with a particular content creator on here. So you just never know what situation you're going to be in because of all the things that are being pushed in the media every single day, Just because things are being pushed in the media doesn't make them right. And I want to really say this, and I've said this before, just because the influencer is saying it does not make it the Bible. Just because somebody with followers gets on the internet and says something does not make them smart. Just because I have followers does not mean I am smart. A lot of you fall victim to dumb influencers. Just because they have followers does not make them a genius. They have followers and they have butt shots. Do you know how illegal and come on, pay attention. Every person that you follow is not a genius. They might be beautiful, they might be cool, they might, like, all those things can be true, but that does not make them smart. We do really dumb things as human beings, and you guys will follow suit just because you believe that's the trendy thing to do, not because you actually want to do it. Like, we have to start getting our own minds, and I really think that's what magnetism is. It's the self-individuality, it's self-idealization, like knowing yourself. Because the moment you can know yourself, you don't care about a fad trend, you don't care what's popular, you're gonna be you through and through. You're gonna read every book, watch every movie, like you're gonna do the things you want to do. All I'm saying is, for the insecure women who are watching videos constantly on how to get the boy, how to get the guy, it's not about that. Magnetism is about becoming one with yourself. Magnetism is about learning to love yourself, learning to put yourself on the pedestal, learning to put yourself first. You're boring and you're ugly because you don't put yourself first, not because you're not wearing a certain shade of lip gloss. And I think a lot of you have gotten really, really, really secure in the fact that you believe these new fashion and fad trends are the reason you are not attractive. I don't care about people telling you, oh, you can't eat this food, you can't do that. They're gonna say that for years. Everything is just repackaged eating disorders, and you guys fall for it every time. You don't have to do everything you see just because it is online. You don't have to do everything you see just because it is in your face and other people like it. Those people might not be that smart either. And we do all these things like, oh yeah, she might be an idiot, but she tease, she might be this, but she tease, she this, she that. And it makes you guys believe, oh, this is what being an it girl is. This is what being alluring is. I might not make the best decisions for my body, for my soul, for my mind, but people think I'm pretty. And when you really deep it, there's nothing behind those eyes. A lot of you guys' favorite creators, influencers, singers, artists, there's nothing behind them beyond the surface level of what is beauty. You can see the cracks of that, and people really not loving themselves. And you have to be, from this point forward of watching this video on how to become more magnetic, you have to put yourself first and ask yourself, am I doing this thing because it is popular, or am I doing it because I want to? Because that's all magnetism is. Be charming, flirt more, show up in the world. Those are ways to be more magnetic. Not wearing a certain nail polish, or a certain color of hair, or a certain bust down, or a certain pair of lashes, or a certain lip gloss. None of those things matter if you're not showing up for yourself first. Magnetism is internal to then produce external results, not the other way around. You can fix all of this and still be ugly inside, and you can tell. So go regulate your nervous system. Figure out why you're triggered by everything around you. Figure out why you want to be everybody around you, not yourself. Figure out why you put people on pedestals and not yourself, because that's the biggest thing. You guys put everything on a pedestal and not yourself, and then you wonder why nobody's paying attention to you. Or he keeps leaving me. He keeps cheating on me. Oh, I bet. You keep putting him on a pedestal. You guys have to work on your self-concept. It's the only way you're going to literally thrive in this world. Yes, loving yourself is a journey, but the fact that you're doing it means you love yourself. Becoming more magnetic, self-actualization, and the beauty that you'll find within loving yourself is better than anything. Any product you can get, any piece of paper, any whatever, it's the best thing. Because when you love yourself, you have unlocked the power of abundance in any area you go into. Because you've learned attachment, you've learned self-concept, you've learned glamour magic, you've learned it all. And you really have put yourself on the pedestal. So keep doing that. because that is magnetism. That is alluring. When you can step in a room, not look like anybody in that room, and still find yourself beautiful. When you can step in a room, see everybody else getting attention, it might not be you, and still know I'm that girl. This has nothing to do with me. That's when you know you're magnetic. Because most of the time, the most magnetic people, they fall victim to a lot of envy and jealousy. So when you find yourself on the opposite side of that end, where you're jealous or you're envious of somebody else's life, look to them and why they actually are magnetic. And maybe it'll start to unlock a power in yourself that you didn't even know you had. Because most of you have it. You just won't give yourself the power and the time to really, really embrace it. I want to see everybody win. Because that's what we're here for. But not only do I want to see you guys win, I want to see you guys be magnetic in this lifetime. It's super easy. Just give yourself grace, time, and really learn to live abundantly. I don't care if you got $2 in your wallet. You better love yourself. All right, that was enough of that. I hope you guys got the gist of it. I love you.